Hi Tim, hi Anna and Maggie, Sarah and Rebecca, Anita, Joan, Dawn, Audrey, Sonia, Wendy, Karen, Lauren, Lathaji, Ken, Barry, Kirsten, Christine. Thank you so much, Dawn, for passing on my message. Hi Dorota, and Sue, Nicole, Nicola, and Iwa, and Cece. Hello, thank you so much, everybody. A series of things that are not my fault at all, but are all to do with Japanese people taking an exceptionally long time, surprisingly, actually, in Tokyo of all places. There are the reasons why I'm late, and I just really needed to do a human thing and then also find a locker. So I apologize, but I also really appreciate and value your being patient. Thank you. Is my sound okay, or would you like me to put my microphone in? Please let me know. If you think my sound's okay, that's great. Thank you. So I really appreciate you guys all being here. I'm afraid I've had a whirlwind of a day, and it's taken me 2 hours to get to this point because two sets of people made me wait 25 minutes, even though I really didn't need to wait 25 minutes. But welcome to Harajuku. I would like to be in a better position, but what I'm going to do is turn the camera around and just walk you around. We're going on a kind of postcard fest in the daytime of Harajuku in Tokyo. That's right, I'm in Tokyo. I'm not normally here. I usually live around the Shiga area. So we're going to slip down a few alleys. I haven't been here in maybe 6 months or so. But you're going to see lots of nice lights and things coming on because although it's still the daytime, it's about 5 o'clock. So some lights and things are coming on. So I hope you have a nice time looking around and spot some interesting things. And I think I can sneak down here. It's been raining quite a lot, and it is going to continue raining. So I have my umbrella with me as well. And if I'm correct, I can sneak down this side and get to the main street. Konnichiwa. So the thing you're going to find about this area, we're in the quiet bit of it at the moment. I'm going to sneak down onto the big street in just a second. One of the most fashionable areas of Tokyo, but it depends what you like, basically. But you'll probably find that people are going to be really friendly here. And usually their styles are quite unique. Maybe unique is the best word, yeah? So, yeah, fashionable definitely depends on what kind of things you like. And although you might find that I slip past a few things and then sneak back into a few other things because generally I try and avoid getting people's faces on my live stream. So we'll see what I can do, but I'm definitely going to get you some cool sights as we walk around, and we'll hope the rain holds off for the duration of the tour. Dawn has thrown out the phrase out there, which is fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Here's a little example of some things. This is just cakes, and I think you'd agree that those cakes are kind of out there. Even this pizzeria looks kind of out there. So, yeah, let's go and have a little look around. Wish me luck for a second to find the right direction. But pretty sure I can just sneak down a side in a second. There'll always be something that leads to something else. And I'll just take a look for some lights and things up and around. And I've got an extra phone in my pocket, so I can double check in a minute. But yeah, I think you could agree it's fashionable by anyone's standards when you see places like this around. Yeah, when did you last go, Lauren? So Lauren says it was super busy when she was there last. She had a yummy crepe. The first time I came here, I realize it's not looking like much right now. Please bear with me. I'm going to get my phone out, my other phone. The first time I came here, I had a frog ice cream. There's a nice looking ice cream over here. But just bear with me and I'll get onto the main flashy lights kind of street a bit in a second. But I do apologize. I was going to be much, much, much later. Honestly, I thought I actually nearly cancelled the tour and moved it later. But the problem is that everyone sees a cancelled tour and they think it's just cancelled. But usually when I cancel a tour, I have relisted it for either a short time later or the next day or something. Yeah, these are schoolgirls. You can tell they're real life schoolgirls because they've got lots of plushy kind of things attached to their bags. rather than just people that are dressing up in a kind of schoolgirl way. But yeah, so far this area is really quiet, isn't it? But there are some seriously European-looking buildings around. Super short skirts, yeah. But usually, before anyone gets too excited, there's usually shorts underneath, always. But also, girls that aren't teenagers do tend to wear clothes like that sometimes, because a lot of animes in Japan actually feature school uniforms, not in a kind of seedy way, but just in being a part of a group way. Yeah, this is not the main street, don't worry. So yes, it is very quiet right now. Which would you guys have preferred? Would you have preferred that I cancelled the tour, set it up for 20 minutes later? Or are you happy to walk with me now? Just for my record in the future. Oh, thank you, lovelies. Oh, you're so kind. You've that's made me feel better, thank you. Oh, thank you. I feel better, thank you. There's some really cool looking buildings up there. Oh, thanks, Lethargy. I would have only made it like 20 minutes later, but I appreciate that. 1 second. I've got my other phone here, just going to check. So you guys will see the lights start to come on. And later on, I've got another tour, which will be, I'll make sure I'm in the right spot, which will be in a moment, but it'll be dark outside. And it's rained, so there'll be so many reflections on the ground, which are going to be really cool to see, I think. Thanks, Karen. Ooh, this looks really cool down here. It's just a dining area. It's part of a restaurant. That looks nice, doesn't it? On the menu, it's got lots of Mexican things, which is pretty cool because in Kyoto, in Kansai area that I live in, you can get Mexican food, but it's quite hard to find Mexican food. 1 second. I'm just I'm not wearing the sports shoes now, so my feet actually really, really hurt as well, which really sucks. Look at these big old houses. I think I'm really, really going to have to check them out properly. 1 second. Okay. Okay, I got it. Hi, Mariam. Hi, Euclid. Nice to see you guys. Okay. I think I just walked in the wrong direction, but I hope you appreciate me keeping my calm. I think it's not very nice if a guide is too flustered. I mean, sometimes it can't be helped, but it's best to do our best. Still, we'll get to see some cool buildings along the way. Look at this, all kinds of round shapes and things. And this is all still the Harajuku area. You see the names on the windows all have Harajuku written underneath them. You can sort of see if I give it a little zoom over there. It says Harajuku. So the first time that I heard about interesting fashions and things around Japan was maybe when I was only 14 years old, 15 years old. I think there's other people trying to look for the coolness too. And I got a book called Fresh Fruits. And from that Fresh Fruits book, I saw lots of really cool Japanese fashions. And I've got to say that that's what I thought all Japanese fashion was going to be like. Oh, you've got no sense of direction, Karen. I actually do have a lot of sense of direction, but and it gets me through a lot of things, in my opinion. And I can get myself back to where I need to be without a map usually, which I think is pretty useful, of course. But, it's still difficult sometimes. This is a good sign, huh? More people down here, which means probably people are going to be waving at the camera because they will think this is a YouTube video. Little do they know, it is not a YouTube video. But are you ready, guys? Get your postcard clickers ready. So I am going to try not to capture loads of people's faces unless they look particularly keen. And I'm going to show you lots of shop fronts, and maybe we'll buy a little snack. I won't necessarily be able to go into shops because you're not actually meant to do things like that without permissions, and it's very unlikely to get permissions, but you're going to have a feast for the eyes, I promise. In Japan, they like to use this word labo. It means studio, but often means like a creative space. So to have Curry Labo Tokyo is pretty cool. And I guess that thing in the window is something to do with the curry, but it doesn't really look like it, does it? So that's the creative side. So if you come to Japan in the future and you see anything that says blah, 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 labo, then it's likely to be something really creative and really cool. It does sound experimental, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I've got a bright pink dress on and a green cardigan, so at least I won't feel out of place. It's probably going to be all music and things when we get down this way. And if you think that my shot is just off the mark, it's probably for a reason. For example, this shop here, Anap Harajuku, it says no photography, so I'm not going to linger on that one. And some of them will say that because it's such a popular area of Tokyo. Okay, all the music, all action. I think I'm going to put my umbrella up. At least then I can be protected from people checking me out too much. Can you see that over there? There's 1 second. I need 2 hands for this. Excuse me. There we go. Ready for action. Over there, there's bubble tea in the distance. Dawn says, once I spent 2 hours trying to find somewhere, but if I just turned left instead of right, it would have taken 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, Dawn. My first day at work here in Japan was like that. It was something else. So you can see we made it. Just like that. Thank you so much for your kindness and your patience. You guys rock. E-Rooms Plus. Sounds kind of dodgy. It's Harajuku candy. Ooh, I found something you guys might recognize it this way. I should probably get over to the left side of the street in a moment. But do you guys recognize this over here? So when we went to Fujiku Highland, we had longer and longest foods, right? And here it is. So Fujiku Highland was boasting having lots of really great things that are actually from Tokyo. It's over in Shizuoka. And this is one of them. Look at it. Have you seen my videos online of the longer and longest stuff? Oh, you have that bubble tea company too? That's cool. These were some of the tastiest thingies. I loved them. And it was really cool to get a slice of Tokyo out there in Shizuoka. Shizuoka especially is kind of known for being the countryside, so to have a really cool theme park in itself, and then such things as longer and longest from Tokyo. It's pretty cool. 1 second, I'll get you a portrait shot. 3, 2, 1. Did anyone catch the girl with her umbrella? So in the train station nearby this area, by the way, just in case I forget, my locker is at near exit 3. 3, 2, 1. My locker is near exit 3 of the Yamanote line. I think I've got that correct. But lots of people were using up the toilet, and I could not believe it because I really, really needed the bathroom. And they were using it up, basically beautifying themselves, but I think they were incorrectly doing it by using up the cubicles. Whereas in Japanese bathrooms, they usually have a space for ladies to do their makeup and present themselves to the world that doesn't have any sinks in front of it, which is pretty great. Up there's some kind of interesting Lego-like thing. A grey day, but I promise the tour later that I could do is going to look extra spectacular down all of the alleys because all the lights are going to shine so wonderfully. And we'll see about going in some different directions too. I'm going to get myself over to the left side because generally in Japan we tend to have a little walk on the left side of the street. Does anyone know anyone called Richard? But I've got to try not to hit my umbrella on people. Hi, Helen. Hi, Sarah. I can't get up close to that octopus up there. So I've been hanging out with Erica all day. I don't know if anyone came to any of the tours. It was probably yesterday or something like that. But we had so much fun. It was wonderful. And we had a nice lunch together. We went to a British cafe, guys. I've got to say, by accident, the food in it was not British. It was like British American, British inspired American Japanese fusion food. It was quite something. But it was really yummy, and there was lots of really cool British stuff around, and we found it by accident, which was just cool. Just cool. Oh, thanks, Audrey. Love tea with E. Were there sausage rolls? No, there were not any sausage rolls. Like I said, it was super fusiony, but I can't wait to come back to the UK and grab myself a sausage roll. I might go for a vegan one from Greg's, though. So if I walk down this way on the left-hand side and see what we can see, then I can walk back on the other side as well. Some of the areas are 2 and 3 stories high, which is pretty cool. I love a good sausage roll. Have you had the vegan one, Dawn? What do you think about that? I think it's pretty cool. Oh, double Dawn. There should be a Greg's in Canada. Lynn, do you like Greg's? So this is quite fun. Everyone's got their umbrellas out, so the umbrellas look really fun, don't you think? There are quite a few things that just say no cameras around here. That popular of an area that everyone wants to come and take pictures. So can you see the name of that sign over there? 1 second. You had a vegan burger that tasted the same. Lovely. Can you see this sign? 1 second. Rolly's in the way. What do you think that is? You might have heard me say it before, because the things that were on longest, they're actually the same. That strawberry fetish is strawberry with sugar, sugar syrup candy on it. So hard candy around the outside is dipped in sugar. Do you see that t-shirt over there that says Tokyo Story? A yellow shop. We love a yellow shop. Wow. This banana is not banana. Hi, Laurie. Nice to see you. Luxury God banana smoothie. Luxury God banana? What's a God banana? Goodness. Or you can still get sakura cherry blossom things, which is really cool, because you generally can't at the most famous place anyone wants to get anything like that from, Starbucks. You can't get it. They start doing it super early, and then they've stopped doing it when the cherry blossoms have gone. Are there any comfier shoes here for me? That's a good question, Anna. I'm going to sneeze, and then I'm going to tell you the answer. Sorry. So Anna has said, why are the signs in English? Is it for tourists? No, it is not for tourists. I'm going to come back to this place in a minute. It's called Happy Socks. My friend used to wear all of these Happy Socks. They're pretty expensive. They're like £15 per pair of socks, but they're really awesome. The signs are in English because Japanese people love to play with English words, because English things are foreign and they're popular all around the world, especially made popular by places like America. All the big movies and music and games and things, a lot of them are made in America. So that's pretty cool for people in Japan. But also the phonetic alphabet that Japanese people use, they have hiragana, which is a quite feminine-looking, pretty alphabet that you can see in basically all sentences that will be written in Japanese. But we also have katakana, the same phonetic sound, but the slightly more angular alphabet, and that is used for westernized words. So usually the words come from places in Europe and America and the UK. And for example, it'll be, instead of saying cola, we say cola, not cola, Coca-Cola, cola. So it sounds a little bit different. So you can also, there are 4 alphabets in Japanese, and one of them is Romaji, which uses the Roman alphabet that we use to create the Japanese phonetics. For example, Koda would be Ko hyphen RA, but an R is pronounced as a kind of L sound, so Koda. So you'll see things, for example, Harajuku would actually be a Japanese word, maybe it's kanji, I'm not sure. It would be Japanese kanji that has its own meaning, but we can read it if we see the Roman alphabet words that say Harajuku, but we might say Harajuku if we were saying it in our voices and our accents, Harajuku, but they say Harajuku. There's someone over there dressed in lovely Lolita fashion, which is one of the things that's really famous around here. And over there, actually, people can go and take pictures. So they can do lots of things. We say pretty kurda. Pretty kurda is going into a kind of photo booth box and taking lots of pictures with your friends. It's a little pricey bit, and you have a kind of time limit, but you get to play around and add lots of stickers and cute things to pictures of yourselves, and then have them printed out, and you can keep them. Mostly people like to keep them in the back of their phone cases. So instead of seeing girls in kimonos around here, you're going to see girls in kind of Lolita fashion. So I'll see if I can get a hold of it. The origin of the word Lolita is not so cool. I'm not going to go into that right now for sure. Not that you guys have asked, but you can look it up yourself if you like, the origin of the word. But the meaning of the word in Japanese is actually very, very innocent. And thanks. Yeah, maybe a cute sneeze. I think I might have trained myself to do cute sneezes, because when I was at university, there was a guy who 3 times in one row I saw him do violent sneezes into our fridge, into our shared fridge. It was disgusting. So I think I trained myself, perhaps from that very point, to make sure that I never do snotty, horrible sneezes. So I'm quite careful. It was really gross. So you get a real feeling of Tokyo out on the main street over here. And I'm going to do a little walk around and show you some lights and action. We're going to Shinjuku later, so you're going to have a really great time seeing visuals like what we're looking at right now. I've got a feeling some of these are in collaboration with Team Labs. They're pretty amazing. Looks like a Shrek advert right now. Dawn said, I saw photo places in Tokyo where you can dress up in costume for your pictures too. Yeah, that's true. Laura loves this advert. I just tapped myself on the back with my own umbrella and creeped myself out. An ambulance is coming through. I have no idea why, so don't ask. But I heard whoever needs it is safe. But good to see that everyone cleared and didn't cross the road when they heard the ambulance. That is always good. Yeah, Dawn says the 3D ads can look so real at times. That is so true. So true. I think I just walked a bit too slowly across the road. Yeah, do you see how just, we've got a real sense of the context, what with me starting off in the kind of wrong place, because we got to see just how boutique-like and quiet it was behind the back streets, right? Hi, Hayward. Nice to see you. I'm going to cross the road again in a second because I want to go backwards down the alley and I want to show you some other things on the other side of it. If there's anything in particular you want me to look out for, do let me know. Just a second. I'm hunting in my bag for something. Takashita Street, just over there. You can see the logo for it. That's the main street that people like to walk down. And I think I can take a look at some foods and things in a second. There are some crepes up over there, but it's popular, right? And it's a Friday night, so There are lots of people waiting to order their food. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get close. This is Universal Music over here. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. And I think everyone here did come to see me and Erika on at least one of our tours earlier, right? So thank you so much. It was so much fun. I've never seen so many people on a tour of mine. I'm so grateful to have had her backing for that because I was able to finally cover some costs of this trip. So, yokata. I was really pleased with that. That helped. Covered a lot of my travel. Because it's expensive. And I took a lot of time off work to be able to come and do these trips in Tokyo, but it didn't quite go to plan according to everyone's interest. I really thought there'd be more interest, but perhaps weekend is best, but that's a bit too expensive, unfortunately. I hope you've had a good time if you've come along to any of the tours. Anyway, so I'm going to go back down here because I think there's a really cool welcoming arc on the other side. Archway, I don't know. Pardon? Hayward, what do you mean by that? You said it was the team, not just her. Do you mean me and her or Heygo and her? What do you mean? Do let me know. It is unreal to have to pay the time off, but I choose to be self-employed here in Japan, and I work for something that is coined as a black company. And they are very, very common here, and the employment standards and not being employed standards are just not very good. There's not a lot of protection for us, and even less protection for myself because I am foreign. So that sucks. Yeah, Hayward, of course, me too. But the sad fact is that if you joined Heygo just a year ago, you've had a much harder time than anyone that joined 2 years ago and or lives in Europe. So it's all kind of against me. So it was really nice to have a little bit of extra support from the likes of Eriko, wasn't it? Yeah, Dawn says self-employed is always you don't work, you don't earn. But what the others were saying, the other Dawn was saying, is that worse than that? I have to pay to take time off as well as not earning a penny. So it's mad. It's mad. Let's walk down over this way. There's some curious things just in the corner too. Cake food. There's people practicing TikToks just down there. It's really popular around here. Sumimasen. Practicing making their TikToks. What is the superfruit? What are you thinking is the superfruit? Love Toxic is a really popular brand for children, actually, which might not sound like such a good name for children, but that's just how much they love the sound of English words around here. So if you ever follow me on Facebook and you see me post quirky t-shirt wisdom sometimes, you'll learn sometimes that some of it is from Love Toxic brands. They have some really cool kind of inspirational English. It's like they've really shuffled a pot of inspirational stuff. Yes, Laurie, I have to pay on top of not being paid. Thank you, Hayward, who says it was the promise of the two of us together. I accidentally just burped at you guys. That's awful. I'm sorry. I can't unown that. I did that. Do you want some listen flavor? I'm using my nose to give you a zoom. Oh, Ginny says, I must say, I much prefer where you live. Thank you very much. I do live in a very special part of Japan, don't I, Ginny? And I have to say, I think there's I'm wondering if, although they have been popular, I'm wondering if the tours I've done in Tokyo haven't been as popular as I thought because it is just special where I live in Shiga, and otherwise isn't presented on Heygo. So there's that. But also, people don't really come down to this part of Tokyo on Heygo. It's going to look so cool later when the sky is blackened and the rain is making it just the ground shimmer. And I'll have a little walk around by myself and see if I can get some other cool places for us to film. So I do hope you'll tune in for the next one as well. Oh, Ginny says I don't like Tokyo at all. I do hope you'll consider still leaving me a nice review or two. Hi, V. Nice to see you. Laurie says that is crazy. I agree with Dawn. That is fair. You know what? Shall I take you up really high and have a little look over the street, and then we'll carry on walking down to the other side. I'm going to get you a view from up the top. Thank you, Anna, in Portugal. That's very kind of you. Laura's asked a really good question. First of all, Ginny said, it does not reflect on your tour, just my preference. Don't worry, Ginny, I know that, of course. Thank you. And it's cool to see things that are different and not to our taste sometimes as well, I think. Welcome, Beatrice. Nice to see you. You are cute. Thank you. A lady just said, I don't feel very cute today, so I thought I'd just chuck her a, you are cute. 1 second, I'll get back to your question in a minute. Can you guys see? You can have a sneak in the shop windows. But look, you can see there's a Shiba dog cafe just up there. Look at this guy. Hello. So cute. Hi, Maggie. Nice to see you. Laura said, surprised to see graffiti there. Is it common? No, it's not common. You see tiny little tags and things here and around in some places, but generally it's not so common, yeah. And thank you very much. Lethargy has very kindly said, I've really enjoyed your tours, your Tokyo tours. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed Yokohama as well. By the way, there's a micro pig cafe around here, which is just so cute. I asked if I was allowed to do a tour inside there. And they said, I'm sorry, but no. And they said, you can make videos, but you can't put them on YouTube. So there was that. Hope dashed. Worky, remember suggesting you and her get together, but you were hesitant. But it was pure magic. No, I've never been hesitant about myself and Eriko getting together, other than the fact that it cost me a fortune. Yeah, that was a dog cafe. There are lots of them here in Japan. I don't really know. I've never been into a dog one. I've actually just been into a pig one about 3 years ago when I came here. But I want to go in one because I like the pets and things, but I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know how I feel. Let's see. I might need to put my umbrella up again. I think so. Yeah, excuse me. I need 2 hands for this one. Excuse me. There we go. Ice cream cones in the window. I can't show you that. There are people in the way. Let's go to this entrance over here and see what we see. But then I'm going to look for, if I don't find it this way, I'm going to look for the magical gate and show you on the next tour. So I do hope you'll come back for that one. And I think you'll agree, it looks very cute with everyone's umbrellas. But I was 5 minutes late, so I'm definitely going to give you an extra 5 minutes. And I really appreciate you guys being kind and understanding regarding that. Tokyo is a very young city. I love it, says Lethargy. Hayward, you already said you were going. I'm afraid, I think your typos are confusing me a little bit, Hayward, and maybe your train of thought is half in your head. A little extra explaining would go a long way. Thank you very much. Hi, Erica. Nice to see you. Dawn says I went to an otter and owl cafe. Separate, I imagine. I also went to a kind of owl exhibit. I think they were well cared for. Is it safe? Yes, it's safe. And they are very, very much alive. Hi, Ornella and Amsterdam. Nice to see you. So someone has asked what the superfruit is. It's just come back to me. I can see up there, the superfruit is a band, and that is their single. Excuse me. Here's your body line. Get your body line. Dawn says, I would never think of keeping an otter. I don't think you should keep an otter, and they're quite vicious, actually. They're very strong. I've seen them all eat loads of whole chicks, almost alive. a bit scary. Ferrets do spring to mind. Yeah, I'm from Bristol in the UK, and actually people love to have ferrets in Bristol. What do you think about that? Would you go for a pet ferret? So I'm taking you around lots and lots of bright lights and things later tonight. I hope you'll come and check those out with me. But I'm going to take you over to this gateway over here because it's a nice finishing spot. You can see rainbow candy floss here. Look at this. Amazing. Everyone's getting rainbow candy floss. The cute rabbits in the window. It's another longest.
This is long. They're very cute. Well, mine's a thick.
That's charming.
Thank you.
I bet it's not as big as you think it is. Sorry about that, guys. There's some not very nice boys behind me. That will happen. We've got loads of gap to things just to the side, but I'm going to save that for the next tour to sneak a little look. It's, of course, getting quite busy around here. Not too rainy, which is pretty good. Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, there's a summer kimono called yukata. Sorry, can someone tell me, what did Ginny say? I can't see it. I've got my hands full. I can't use my nose right now. Not a wet weather one, but Eriko was wearing a little kimono coat over her kimono yesterday before the tea ceremony. I wondered why on earth she wanted to go outside. Hayward, myself and Eriko have already met 2 different times before this week, so we're actually good friends. So yeah, if you thought we had chemistry, it's because we already like each other. The thing is, it costs a lot of money, time, and effort to come and do tours like this. So the previous times, it's just felt like too much to also cram in a scheduled tour of myself and Eriko as well. So I planned it in this time. I literally spent the money to be able to do things like that for everybody. Just gonna get you to a cool spot in a minute. Bear with me. I don't think Eriko is going to be able to visit me, guys. I don't think you understand how much money it costs to do it. She won't be able to for a while. She may, or I'd like to meet her at a kind of halfway point would be good. A halfway point would be nice. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. Who else did I miss? Okay, we're going to get a really nice view in just a minute. Hi, Tammy. Nice to see you. Tracy said, got rain. We've got northern lights. It's all of us. Amazing. We're on the screen. Can you see me? You just about made it, lovely, but I'm afraid I'm going to go in just a second. Let me just find a good spot to rest in. But don't worry, Lillian, if you've got more time, my next tour, I think it's in about 30 minutes. It's in 45 minutes, lovely. So please join me in 45 minutes because it's going to look even cooler in 45 minutes. Everything's going to be dark in the sky and extra bright with extra music. So please do come back with me in 45 minutes. I hope you get a cup of tea and something colourful to eat and that you'll join me then. Let me see what I got. In my tour last night, I mooted the idea of a joint art tour when you stay. Thank you, Ginny. Yes, let's do some things like that. And me and Erica were splitting all of our tips, which is a great thing to do. But Ginny and Lillian are way up there on my list. I know there are other guides like Natalie and that in London, but I'm afraid I don't know them. So I don't know if there's a way to meet them, but also I've got priorities in friends and family that I already have. So we'll see what we can do. But friends and family that I already have include Lillian and Ginny. So we'll see what comes of that. Thank you so much, everybody. Lynn, I'll answer your question in the next tour if you come along, or you can ask it to me on my Heygo channel. Everybody do check me out on linktr.ee/MissKendalJames, or follow me, MissKendalJames, on Heygo, and you can check out my other tours too. Sonia, thank you so much for leaving me a tip for this. We got Samurai Shenanigans. Oh my goodness, Lillian, we need to have a message about that, but yes, please. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Lynn. Lovely. Thanks, Sue. Bye.